The story you have heard has been retold a lot in different ways. This is one of them. So yeah, last night we got some news that made me go, "Ooh, I'm excited. This tickles my pickle." It was announced that we will be getting from Warner Brothers a new Robert Eggers movie centered around A Christmas Carol. Now, yes, Christmas Carol has been retold because it is public domain. It's a story that's been told and told and told and retold by literally everyone and everything. You can imagine. Even I've been guilty of that. And let's be real, I don't see what the purpose is. We achieved peakness with Muppet Christmas Carol, and all other forms are inferior. I'm sorry to tell you, it's a scientific fact. Muppet Christmas Carol is the undisputed goat. It's scientifically proven. Like you ask a scientist, like what's the greatest interpretation of Christmas Carol? They'll say obviously the Muppet Christmas Carol. You fucking plebe, and you'll be like, oh, that was mean. I don't think I deserve that. Yeah. You did, because you broke into my fucking house and asked me this question. Well, I was just curious. Get the fuck out of my house before I call the cops. I'm sorry, was I going somewhere with that? Anyway. So yeah, Robert Eggers doing A Christmas Carol is just pretty perfect. Reason being is because I don't think people realize it enough. A Christmas Carol is actually meant to be a horror story. That's what the intention was from Charles Dickens, was that it was quite literally meant to be. Because if you guys, just to back up, and I know we're talking about Christmas in June, but I'll back up for a second. You know that song, It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, and you hear that part, there'll be scary ghost stories? Well, that was a thing in 1800s, and in some part, early parts of Christmas, was that you would tell ghost stories at night because it was winter, it was harsh, it was cold, and it was, a time of the winter was here. And winter, I don't know if you remember this, but winter back then was hardship. So it was meant to be kind of creepy. It's like how in most werewolf stories of legends, most of it takes place during Christmas. Christmas was hardcore back then. I miss that hardcore Christmas. Thank God for Krampus. Anyway, so yeah, the idea of Eggers taking on this property is really cool. And apparently the word on the street is the guy they're looking at most is, I guess, the guy he's made his Robert De Niro, Willem Dafoe. And Willem Dafoe as Ebenezer Scrooge is kind of perfect. Willem Dafoe as Ebenezer Scrooge. When that was announced, I was like, done. It's perfect. And like I said, it really does feel like Dafoe, since The Lighthouse, is becoming, along with Robert Einstein, or Ralph Einstein, sorry, Ralph Einstein. Those two are becoming mainstays in Eggers movies. Those are his Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, or for his Scorsese movies. That's what it really feels like. Or Sam Jackson with Tarantino. He's becoming that actor that becomes synonymous with him, and I think it's kind of perfect, really, that Dafoe really does match that kind of energy that Eggers has for his stories. So, yeah. Now, as to who the other... And we don't know who else is being cast. I kind of hope we get Lily Rose Depp back for the Ghost of Christmas Past. That'd be kind of cool. Although I wouldn't mind the return of Anya Taylor-Joy to play that role, or Mrs. Cratchit. Bob Cratchit should be Nicholas Hoult. Or... Yeah, it should totally be Nicholas Hoult as Bob Cratchit. That would be that's kind of perfect. I don't know who you would get for the Ghost of Christmas Present, or I don't think you need one for Future. Future just needs to be scary. Could you imagine how good? That's what I think everyone's excited the most for an Eggers Christmas Carol is that what he's going to do with the Ghost of Christmas Future. Like, the idea of him and what he'll do with that scene alone is, and also, like, I think also that a lot of people are forgetting, like, the whole thing with Jacob Marley. Like, that whole opening scene, like, no matter what interpretation, it's still creepy. Of, like, him when Scrooge is going to his house and, like, Jacob Marley is haunting him. Yeah. I really want to, like, everyone talks about that, but in my head I'm like, but the Jacob Marley stuff, though. Anyway, so this is really exciting. I can't, like, it's kind of perfect, and again, I can't wait for, Robert Eggers' interpretation of werewolf mythology, with Werewolf coming out next year. There's talk of him doing Labyrinth. He's doing a lot. Like, Eggers is apparently doing a lot. Again, who knows if any of this will get off the ground, but it looks like Christmas Carol is going to be the next project he does. We'll see where Labyrinth lies, but this looks like the one that's going to happen next after Werewolf, which I'm totally on board for. Anyway, so yeah. You got, I also, just real quick before I go, I really hope Warner Brothers really kind of points out that this is not a family movie. This is going to be probably a scary movie. I think the closest that came back to those horror roots was that FX miniseries they did. Do you guys remember that with Guy Pearce? Yeah. Anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of A Christmas Carol coming from Robert Eggers? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? Comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in Multiverse.